All right, Zane, congratulations on a draw again, the first top 5 matchup in UCF sports history, regardless of sport. How do you feel after a match like that?
It's tough, everyone wants to win, but I think both teams play well. I think we played well. I think we did enough to win. Maybe another day it happens. So, you're coming out with a tie against top 5 teams, you can't complain, honestly.
What about the atmosphere tonight? I mean, that battle, that top 5 battle, good crowd, you could feel it all night.
The atmosphere was unreal. I think the crowd really got behind us for the first time this year, which has been amazing. Came out in numbers, were really loud, and it boosted the boys to come back twice. So I think that played a massive part in being able to be resilient and come back.
Beto was talking about how you climbed the ladder to get that equalizing goal right there in the corner. Your first goal in a while, from what I saw.
Yes, I was talking to the forward. He was a nice lad. It was a bit of a mismatch, so I knew if the ball came into to where I was going to score and get up and get over him. It was a bit bigger than him. Yeah, I'm just happy. I owe that goal to a lot of people who have helped me come back from an injury, so just happy to help get a point in this tough SBC.
What's the team's mindset? You give up that early goal, now you're in a bit of a hole. You got to dig out pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think we've done it before. We did that Clemson opening night in a tough environment. I think this game and that game show we can do anything we need to. When we put our backs against the wall, we're good enough to get out of it. So I think everyone was calm. It was so early in the game. We looked at the clock. I think it was a minute in. Everyone was just calm. We have 90 minutes to get back into it, and we did. And we did well. We did really well.
Talk to me about what it was like going through that second half and really just ensuring that West Virginia didn't get another.
I think our focus was to put it away. I think we were ready to put the foot on the jugular and get after it. And me, Ander, Arna, and Timo and 1B talked about don't concede a counter, don't concede a silly goal we did first half. And I think we did it really well. We stopped a good attacking team that scores a lot of goals. I'm really having a clear-cut chance second half.
You want to win, but it's a draw that feels better than that last draw.
Yeah, it's night and day. I think coming back like that against a top 5 team, obviously, like you said, you want to win, but it's better than the last one where we clutched a tie from the jaws of victory.
How does this now prepare you to go up against another top 5 team in Marshall?
I think we're ready. I think it'd be nice to go away, get a little team togetherness in the hotel on the trip, just us backs against the wall against probably what looks like to be the number 1 team in the country. They're very good, very physical, very good in the ball, but I'm more than confident we can get a point there, or more than a point, even a win.
And Coach says you're building upon this
Yeah.
match after match.
Yeah.
You haven't played your best soccer.
No, as I think Beto may have mentioned, I think we have a bit to work on the final third, but even saying that, once we conceded, we were fine. We knew we were going to score 1, 2, even 3. So our best is to come. I think we're going to peak at the right time, and I'm really, really excited about it.
What's the biggest thing that's either different about this team or stayed the same about this team from the beginning of the season to now?
Belief, togetherness. I think everyone works their socks off for each other. No one's me, myself, I. Everyone's team together. So I think that shows when the way we run and we work together, we fight together, and everyone wants the same goal of coming out on top. So it's a really good group. I think it's the best group I've been a part of, and I've been playing college soccer 6 years. So I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, best of luck against Marshall.
Thank you.
It's that you have this season. You've been slowly working your way back from injury. How did it feel out there?
It feels good to get the minutes back under my legs. I think up to this point there was a plan for me to slowly increase the minutes and for conference play, and it showed tonight, and I was just lucky enough to get the minutes that I did and perform at the level I did.
Scott was just talking a little bit about your play style and how he likes you higher up the field simply because you're not looking to dribble with the ball, you're just looking to move the ball, and it advances the ball further up the field. You've obviously played a lot of defensively in your career here, and now moving into an offensive role. How has that adjustment been for you?
The year that we won the American Conference tournament title, I was playing as the 10, so it's nothing too new to me. But obviously, I think it's just my attributes as a player help me to play up the spine of the pitch. Calm under pressure and just keep the ball moving. You can do that in any position. So just use what I got and higher up the field.
Describe the quality of this match tonight. The fun you had playing this West Virginia team.
It was a physical game, obviously. Probably one of the biggest games in our history. ranking wise, just that alone has a different feeling to it. But obviously, just being in the trenches with your brothers, it's a gift. And coming off a knee injury, I give thanks to God all the time that I get to be back out here.
You could feel the crowd tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure, of course. Yeah, we love when the stadium's filled like that. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get all 3 points, but against the number 4 team in the country, coming out with a point is a decent result.
I was going to say, how would you compare this 2-2 draw versus the 2-2 draw against FIU?
Well, it was different scenarios, wasn't it? It was FIU, we were up 2-0 and we kind of choked that lead, but this game we showed some grit and we were able to come back twice and tie the game up, and we were very unlucky to get the third, but we'll be back next week and we'll get back to work and get a little better.
How would you say that? Talk about those goals for me, and your perspective on this.
Well, I was on the side for both, so I had a different view. Zane Bubb, I don't know how he got up there, but he climbed the tower to get up there and head that ball in. Massive goal for us to get back in it. The first goal was just a great combo play, like UCF style, combination down the wing and easy tap in for Beto Ydrach. That's what he's been doing his whole career, so hopefully he can keep doing some more.
What's it say about your team? You give up that early goal, and that's a bit of a punch right there, and you got to come right back and get back into the match.
That happened against Clemson as well, so against 2 huge opponents, and we were able to fight back, so shows a lot in the direction of the team that we're going in, that we're able to fight back against whatever opponent we play against, and I think that's why we're the number 5 team in the country as of right now. It's because we're able to fight back against big opponents, not bigger opponents, but big opponents.
You've had the benefit of being able to play majority of your season so far at home.
Yeah.
Now you get to go on the road, not only to Marshall, but to Kentucky as well.
Mm-hmm.
How do you kind of prepare for those situations and the travel, the grind of kind of going to an opponent, especially like Marshall, who's very good?
We don't necessarily look at it as a negative. We kind of enjoy being able to be all together all the time on away trips. It keeps us connected and that keeps the goal in sight all the time. 2 massive opponents, obviously, with Marshall and Kentucky, so we need to train and be ready for whatever they're going to throw at us. So we got to be ready to go.
What's a match like this prove to you about this team?
I mean, like I said, it proves that we have some grit. Obviously, I think we can still improve a little bit in the final third. Our final product can still use some work, but still, against the number 4 team in the country, able to come away with a 2-2 draw, get some good goals, fight back twice, shows a lot of the direction that the team is going in. And if we're able to keep doing this, I think we have a good future in the Sun Belt.
How does a match like this against a top 5 team like West Virginia prepare you to face another top 5 team with Marshall?
I think Marshall, from watching their video, are a very, very physical team, very good on the ball. West Virginia was the same. I think it's going to be more of the same against the other team. Maybe they're a higher seed because maybe they do it at a little higher level. But whoever they throw at us, we got to be ready to go. So we're going to go. We have a great training staff that's going to make sure we're ready to go. Our players have been working hard all preseason and this season so far. So whoever we got to go against, we'll do our best.
What do you think the biggest thing about this team that's either different or the same between the beginning of the season to right now as you start conference play?
I think coming off an undefeated non-conference, we had a good confidence and motivation to keep going. Obviously, we want to win every game that we play, but still we're getting massive results against really good opponents. So our RPI is probably, I don't even know what it is, but I'm sure it's through the roof right now. But still, we can still be better. We can always be better. We can still work harder, get better on the training field, and that's exactly what we're gonna do.
What do you want the team to take with them? Like the biggest thing you want them to take with them on the road?
I think we just need to be confident in how good we are. I think we've shown that we're a very good team. We're hard to play against. We're hard to beat. Obviously, we haven't lost yet. Fingers crossed that continues. But I think we just need to go into Marshall with a lot of confidence because we are a good team, and I think we'll be able to take it to them.
Best of luck, Beto.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Obviously, a very big offensive half for both teams in the first half. Defensively, big for the second half. 2 top 5 teams going at it. Just give me your overall thoughts.
Yeah, I thought it was an exciting game. I mean, that's I think one of the best college soccer games I've seen in a long time. I was really happy with our resilience. When we conceded so early, that's always difficult psychologically, but we bounced back and we were able to get our goal, and then we concede, but bounce back. And when we get another goal, and then I felt like for a period there, I thought we took control of the match more so. And you have two really good teams who, obviously were in our positions for a reason. They're undefeated. We're undefeated, and I just thought it was a really enjoyable game.
What happened off the top? You mentioned the early goal. Certainly not how you want to start off the match.
Yeah, I didn't watch the video back. I think maybe at the beginning we were a little tentative and not aggressive enough in certain moments. I do know that we got beat 1v1 in the wide area and got a little too close to one of their wingers, and that happened a couple times actually, and then we adjusted to that and recognized that this was a player that we had to defend differently, and then I feel like after that we did better, especially in that second half. We adjusted how we were defending them and made it much more difficult to beat in those wide areas.
You managed to equalize there with that goal from Luca Dorado with the assist from AJ there. You managed to tie for 6th place in program history. Just how would you assess Luca's performance tonight, and can you give us an update if we saw him go down there?
Yeah, I don't know about what the diagnosis is for Luca. He obviously didn't come back on in the game, so we'll find out kind of what's going on probably tomorrow.
What would you say that just about that goal? What really worked well for you guys attacking tonight?
Well, I felt like overall, when we were able to build up and keep the ball in the middle and make it really difficult for them to kind of press us and trap us against the line, we were able to progress. And then once we progressed and got into the right areas, I think our running in behind them was better than it's been in previous games, and I feel like that unbalanced their back line. We got some opportunities through that. So I think we're continuing to improve in those areas, and not to do it against a really good opponent. We're just continuing to try to get better.
Plenty of goals in the first half. You didn't expect the second half to play out then.
Yeah. Well, both teams defended better, clearly. But I thought we had chances though. I thought, though we didn't convert any in the second half, I thought we created some really good chances, and could have, even right at the end was probably the best chance, where we slipped the ball into the box, and if we're a little bit more clinical around goal, maybe we walk out of here with 3 points.
How would you describe the difference between the 2-2 match against West Virginia versus the 2-2 draw against FIU?
Oh, I think they're very different. FIU came out and were happy not to have the ball, and were happy to press us really hard and try to turn us over. Since that, we've improved in build-up play, and that's been a big focus, trying to be more difficult to press. So I feel like, it's probably a combination of a couple things. West Virginia wants the ball, so they're more of a team like us, where they want to possess the ball, they want to build up, they want to create their own chances, and so I think those are two very different teams, and so the game went very differently. I felt like the other part of the game that went differently is physically, we're now in a better place than we were against FIU, and I think that's a product of two things: A, we're fitter, but B, we didn't have a game 2 days ago or 3 days ago, right? So we were able to produce more at the end of that game.
Quality soccer match, 2 top 5 programs. You could feel the atmosphere tonight.
Great crowd, exciting game. I'd like to think that anybody that came to that game really enjoyed what we were trying to do, the chances we were creating, the way in which we tried to control the game. So it was a very good soccer match.
Last night I was talking to Coach Tiff and how much it meant to her to open the Big 12 era with a win in the Big 12. What does it mean for you tonight? Because you were able to get one of the third highest crowd in program history, and
really,
yes, third highest crowd
awesome.
with attendance, and then get a draw against a top 5 program, first top 5 match in regardless of UCF sports.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm just excited for where this team is and how good I think we can be. And every time we play teams of this level, we get better. And so obviously we've played Clemson at the beginning of the year, NC State, FIU. You know, we're continuing to play teams at the top, and when you match up against those teams, you learn things about yourself and you grow. And that is the process that we're going through. And I think this is a game that we also get better from, and we grow in confidence from.
It doesn't get any easier now at Marshall next.
Yeah, it's you go from a number 4 team to a number 2 team in the country, and yeah, Marshall's an excellent team, and it'll be at their place, of course, another incredibly difficult match. So I watched Marshall play a couple times, and they're going to be really good. It'll be a really good match for us.
They're both Marshall and West Virginia are both top 5 teams. What is having this match and experiencing this match do to prepare you guys to play Marshall?
Yeah, I think that, you know, they play different systems. They have a little different style of play. I think we'll have to prepare a bit differently for them. We'll definitely have to prepare differently for them. But I think what it does, it helps us to play at a certain speed, to compete against a certain level, to know that we're at that level, and so I think it gives us confidence. And you know, once again, we'll watch video, we'll get to understand Marshall, we'll come up with a plan to try to go to Marshall and get 3 points.
Just want to ask you about Beto. You've talked in the past couple weeks about integrating him back in, trying to get his fitness back up. He played his most minutes so far this season.
Yeah.
And played an integral role in terms of the attack. We've seen him go from defensive player to now into the midfield and then to the attack. Just the type of player that he is and what he brings to this program, and having him on the pitch for a game like this, what does it mean?
Well, I think, there's Beto the person, right? And the leader in our locker room, the guy that brings so much energy, positive energy to our group, whether it's training, whether it's off the field. There's what he brings there, and of course he's going to bring that onto the field as well. And the way that the guys feel about him is going to be important, and it's also going to play out on the field. I also think one of the things that Beto brings, and I think the reason why we're using him higher up the field right now, is he can help us progress the ball, and is generally a player that's going to make good decisions, especially as we build up. And so I like that we're starting to get him fitter and sharper, and now he's getting in more matches and getting some more time. So, you know, we have this great problem in that we have a lot of really good players, and you know, we need them all, and a lot of them have different capabilities, and so, you know, we can change a game and take it in a little different direction. You introduce Beto into the game and you put him in a certain position, you know he's going to do certain things for you. So I'm excited to see Beto continue to kind of grow after coming off that injury.